Hi guys, it's me, Jimmy, a Geek. AMD R9 390X versus Nvidia GTX Titan X. Basically, the AMD R9 390X will cost you around from 500 to 549 US dollar, and then the GTX Titan X will cost you around 1349 bucks. Basically, it means that Nvidia is more than 2.5 times expensive. The GTX Titan X is more than 2.5 times expensive compared to the AMD R9 390X. And then you'll be saying Jimmy, that of course expensive is always better. GTX Titan X is really a super graphic card that AMD R9 390X have a no chance to stand in front of it. Why the hell we don't find it together? Let's move to the screen.
I just include the link for a WCCF Tech article where they made a comparison of the 4 GPU, which is AMD Radeon R9 390X, and then the Nvidia GTX Titan, which is the Titan X, and then the AMD R9 290X and the GTX 980. All of them are higher range graphic card, which really costs you a lot of money. Now let's start with the Steam processor. Remember one thing, comparing the AMD Steam processor to the Nvidia Steam processor, it's not like you're comparing apple to apple. It is like you're comparing an apple to pineapple. You really don't know which is pineapple and then which is apple. Enough with the apple. Now let's start with our Steam processor. You can see clearly that AMD is already having extra 1000 Steam processor compared to the GTX Titan X. But again I'm saying that it's not very easy to compare them. It's not comparing apple to apple. Take with a grain of salt. We really need a solid benchmark chart to figure it out, which mean or which more Steam processor really mean that you are going to get the extra performance. That is not the case. And then you can already see this one, that is basically saying that it's based on leak. Even this Steam processor for the GTX Titan X is not confirmed. Now let's go with the RAM. 4GB RAM with the AMD R9 390X compared to the Titan X 12GB. Really, to be honest with you, the GTX Titan X is nearly future-proof for another 4 to 5 years. I already told you that at least you need 4 to 8GB. 8GB is the normal future-proofing for the GPU. Xbox One and PS4 are already having the 8GB of RAM in their console. I really don't know why AMD is giving us a 4GB of RAM. I'm hoping that AMD will launch the 8GB one soon. 8GB must be out there for a higher end graphic card, which is coming in 2015. But remember one thing, Nvidia always mess up the things, like they mess up with the GTX 960 and then the GTX 970 RAM issue. So I don't know how the hell they designed this RAM. Can they be a design flow like the GTX 970 having the design flow that your performance decrease if you access more than 3.5GB? So now let's go with the memory bandwidth. You can clearly see that AMD R9 390X is twice the time give you bandwidth compared to the GTX Titan X. Now let's go with the BitBus. To be honest with you, Nvidia really like putting slower BitBus cell. AMD really like putting faster BitBus cell. A lot of people do not give any damn to this comparison of the BitBus cell. So to me, it's really important the memory interface BitBus. Anyway, hell with that. Now you can see the GPU clock speed on the paper. It seems that AMD R9 390X is having less than 0.2 megahertz, basically 0.2 gigahertz compared to a GTX Titan X. Anyway, it's really not important. You can see the cross. AMD R9 390X 4096 Steam processor versus with this 1.2 gigahertz, and then you can see 3072 Steam processor versus with the 1 gigahertz GPU clock speed of the AMD R9 390X. Is not very easy to compare. I mean, you really need to put in some kind of benchmark and then in the game testing to see which really perform better than the other in the frame per second department. But one thing I can say without confirming is the compute performance. Now let me tell you how many times AMD R9 390X is powerful than the GTX Titan X. Divided by 8.2 times 6.9 minus 100, so 15%. So the AMD R9 390X is 15% more powerful than the GTX Titan X, if you compare with the GTX 980, you can say around 50% it's more powerful. I think around 47% more powerful. I'm just giving you an estimate that I mean it's really clearly beat the hell out of GTX 980. Even the GTX Titan X, you will be thinking what's the big deal, Jimmy? Still we will go with the GTX Titan X with the 12 gig of VRAM. We need more VRAM. We really do not care about memory bandwidth. You know what, this guy is going to cost you from $1,200 to $1,400. The unofficial price is $1,349. This can cost you from $500 to $549. The unofficial price is $549. Basically this, I mean the GTX Titan X is costing you nearly more than 2.5 times compared to the AMD R9 390X. I mean, I can really buy two AMD R9 390X and then put in a crossfire and beat the hell out of the GTX Titan X. If you're a video editor, if you're a graphic designer, if you're a web developer, if you Photoshop heavily, if you do any kind of your work which is based on a graphic or the GPU, just go with the AMD R9 390X. What the hell I'm saying is 99% is right. 1% can be wrong due to the rumor. It is unofficial. Can you see the asterisk? It's unofficial, so I'm letting you know. But I mean, after this whole thing will be confirmed, then you can just watch my video again and then you can tell me that I was accurate or no. Basically, I'm accurate. To be honest with you, WCCF Tech is a really good website. I mean, they really put the rumors which are really true, so that's why I'm reporting from the WCCF Tech website. I'm reporting on their article which is published. So in conclusion, that AMD Radeon R9 390X is a winner. There's no way no one is going to buy GTX Titan X. To be honest with you, why Nvidia is putting every year Titan out there? Nobody needs a Titan. I mean, it's underperforming. In few months it's already outdated. Anyways, subscribe to my channel. It's me, Jimmy. Geek. Bye bye.